Hello there and welcome back with our Our Family Favourites event is continuing. It runs right the way through until Monday and we've got lots of exciting opportunities for you to get involved, for you to get your entry into that prize draw. And what an amazing prize draw it will be. But before we get to all of that and all the housekeeping and everything else I need to tell you about, I've got to introduce the one and only Dawn. Dawn, I've not worked with you for such a long time.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while. But I love the fact that you're involved now, obviously with Pink Frog. Obviously we've still got Hazel. Yes. Hazel, hello if you're watching at home. But we're kind of in an area that is your expertise, dare I use that phrase?
Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. Scrapbooking, mini book albums, that is just something I just love.
So hence you're here, which I love that idea. Brilliant. And we've got an amazing show, incredibly busy earlier on. We had sellouts earlier on, so if you did miss out on some of those shows earlier on, then sadly you did miss out on the opportunity of getting hold of some of the goodies that we've got. But good news, we have got more to share with you during this hour. We have got some extended deliveries with some of the goodies that we have been able to bring to you. But I just need to let you know, one of the bundles that we've now got extended delivery. Details are on the screen. They sold out earlier on. It's now an extended delivery, but 40% of the stock has gone of this one as well. So if you're wanting to get hold of these, 215985 if you want to get hold of it. It's dispatched from the 30th of June. Absolutely incredible value for money as well. Of course, family favourites. Let me just mention to you what's going on with family favourites, because we have got the amazing prize draw going on. So if you're placing an order for anything, then you can do. All you need to do is place an order. You get entered into that prize draw, and this is the prize that is going in this hour. Of course, we had a fabulous addition to the prize draw earlier on from Pink Frog. So this one is your true black, amazing cardstock, as you can see. I'm not going to lie, it's mighty heavy, so I'm going to pop that down now, but that's going into the prize draw. And this hour, we've got a happy hour deal for you as well, and we love a happy hour deal. So make sure you check that one out. And we've got watercolour cardstock featuring in this particular hour as a happy hour, and it's A6 in size. It's 200 sheets, and I've got, oh, it's here. That'll be that. My goodness, wow, that is a good deal. Now it's watercolour cardstock, but it's acid and lignin free. Now this is where I'm going to bring Dawn in. Why is that important?
It is. If you're doing memory book scrapbooking, what this means is, you know, in the past photos will go brown and yellow and this type of thing. This is going to preserve your photos, preserve your memorabilia as well. You know, if you've got albums, you know those ones with the gluey back, and you put your pictures in and you put the film over the top.
Which we thought was the right thing to do at the time.
Get your photos out of those albums, because they will eat into your photos, and they will eat into any memorabilia you put in there, and you've lost it. So if you've got any, get them out.
That's
definitely.
Definitely, there you go. So this is the perfect opportunity for finding somewhere to put those photos. Now, this is a happy hour deal. What does that mean? Well, it means the price and the deal on your screen is only good up until the next hour. So at 2 o'clock, this will go up in price by a whopping great £9, and that's quite a consideration when you're only paying £10.99 for it in the first place. We are busy with regards to this one, and also it's 280 GSM. So even if you're not working with it in your kind of memory books, it works out to how much? 5 pence per sheet. My goodness, that is a ridiculous price. I don't know how we manage it. Well, I don't know how Pink Frog manage it, but the details are there on the screen if you're wanting to get hold of these. But let's draw our attention to that fabulous bundle that we were looking at that sold out earlier on. Now, this is something that you loved, and you had an amazing show with Yanis, and Yanis hit the nail on the head. I mean, many of us have got fabulous photos from like ancestors and things like that, but we're all taking photos on our cameras, obviously, as you do, but on your phones as well. And they end up just staying in your phone, and you're like forever swiping and showing all those pictures.
They did. And the thing is, you're going to get to a state, I know they go up there somewhere.
Float around in the
clouds. They're up there somewhere. But wouldn't they be better in an album, so you could share them with people? So when people come round, these are lovely to gift. You know, yes, the C word's coming up. It's coming. Christmas is coming. This year, fingers crossed, we can all be together at Christmas with our families. Wouldn't this be nice? Create an album. You can post them, because the nice thing about these albums is that when you look at them, firstly, the hinge system means they lay flat.
Wow.
Okay. So they're absolutely perfect. They're a nice size for people to just add their photographs. But when you're posting, yes, you've got that spine, but you can just flatten it to the side to post.
Yes.
It will not damage it whatsoever.
I love it. I love it. It's no wonder it was busy earlier on. Now, this bundle that we've got with the extended delivery, we're only talking an extra 4 days on this one. Over 40% of the stock has gone. And I love this because you've got the combination, because you never know whether you want your dark card or your light card until you start working with your project. But you've got both in here.
You've got the option of both. You've got the option of if you want to do landscape portrait, okay, that is the other nice thing about it. You may take lots of landscape pictures, so you think, well, actually, I'm going to make all 4 albums the same, which you can. This is it. We're not taking that creativity away from you. We're giving you the products. We're giving you the know-how. We're giving you the instruction sheet and the measurement sheet.
Yes.
And I've even put the measurements in there, Hayley,
yes,
for the pattern papers if you choose to do pattern papers. So you haven't got to think about it. You've just got to let your creativity run wild with how you're going to decorate these.
And I love this because you've obviously got your options of how you're going to work with these. You've got your black, you've got your white card in there, true white, true black, they're featuring there. Then you decide. When they come to you, they're not pre-scored, they're not folded, you decide. So you can have your upright versions with that interactive, with the pockets, with the elements that you're going to be adding your papers. Now, obviously the instructions that Dawn refers to tells you how you're going to make these, how you're going to construct these, but then you've got to start thinking about the papers. Well, she's thought of that as well. That's what Pink Frog are doing. They're including the instructions for the papers that you're going to include as well. So obviously your black version is a very similar sort of makeup. Oops, I knew it was going to happen. There's too much in my hands at the same time as well. Incredibly stirty as well, as you can see there.
Are.
So that again is that larger one, which is almost like your portrait. But you might want to do landscape. And I know my mum had loads of albums that kind of landscape, because that seemed to be lots of kind of group photos and things like that lend themselves, don't they? But here you go. You can see again you've got those interactive pockets, and this is something that we see more of a modern day thing, really, isn't it, with our books? You know, you've got that element of interest where you've got the elements that can pop out, they can give you they might look furry to you, but they're not furry. Just in case you looked at the camera, you saw something that looked a little bit, just forget about it. It wasn't there at all. Now here you've got obviously the pages and a landscape for, again, white or black, you decide. Now this is something, you've got a version of it there. So what have you got there then?
Yes, so what I've done with this one here is I've used the true blue.
Ooh, okay.
So this is our Pink Frog true, we do the true colours, and when we say true, we're meaning they're acid and lignin free.
Oh, okay. Right, so that's what to look out for.
But what I've done here, I've done a faux leather technique.
That's clever.
Okay, I thought I'm going to try it out, I'm going to have a play, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And by matting and layering that again on the black that you also get in the colour kit, it just makes that pop, doesn't it? You know, with your spine, it just gives it a different look. Okay, and then of course going in with the Pink Frog stamps. So you can go in with these lovely textured stamps. I tried to make this one
so we've got stamps to do this.
More male.
Oh,
yes,
right,
this is our texture stamps.
Okay, right.
I think this one's off Textures 2.
Right.
Okay, this one I think is off Textures 1. Hazel's probably shouting at the screen at me right now, just telling me I'm doing the wrong one. But I wanted to make this more of a manly one.
Yes.
You know, I've recently lost both my mum and my dad.
Okay.
And the nice thing is I've got all the photos to archive. Out of the 4 children, I'm archiving all the family photos.
Yeah.
And I've found lots of pictures of my dad with his friends. He was doing national service.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I thought, well, why can't we make a manly one?
Yes.
Because then I can archive all the national service pictures in here, because there's lots of them, believe you and me. So it doesn't have to be pattern papers. You can go in with your stamps.
Similar, my dad was the same. So yeah, like you say, many families will resonate with that story. So yeah, why not get involved with these and create these? What a fabulous accolade for all those wonderful relatives, all those fabulous photos, keeping them in the way that they should be kept. That's the key thing. Details are on your screen there, just £20.99. Brilliant value for money. And the extended stock, 50% of the stock has gone, half the stock has gone now. You need to be quick. You are loving this. And I think these are the days. I mean, I looked outside earlier on. It's a real dreary day out there. This is a proper scrapbook kind of day, isn't
it? Definitely.
Put an old movie on the TV, settle down with all your photographs, photographs and have loads of fun. So there you go. If you fancy those, please get hold of those. Those are your large versions. And don't forget, they do come with your full instructions with regards to these as well. So don't worry, you'll know all the folds, you'll know all the cuts when this arrives. So you've got that available there that you can refer to time and time again. I'd probably laminate this one because I think it's something that you're going to find very useful.
That's what I have done, Hayley.
Yeah,
I've laminated mine because with the memory books I bought you before, the 6 and the 8-inch as well, we've put instruction sheets in there now. So if you don't have the internet to have the download facility, the instruction sheets are in the bundle. So thank you to Pig Frog for that. But yes, we put the instruction sheets in for today's landscape portrait mini albums, and also the square ones, the 6 and 8-inch.
Brilliant. I'll tell you about the 6 and 8-inch ones in a moment, but I need to tell you about the medium. Now, the medium ones are similar sort of style to the ones that we've seen, a larger version. So it all depends on what you're wanting to create, whether you want something just at home or whether you want something to take on your travels with you. We used to call them brag books, and you'd put them in your bag and you'd have your photos that you could brag about your family in different bits and pieces. Now, these are lovely. Again, they could be a very easy way for you to create a little journal. Maybe it doesn't have to be photographs. I mean, have a look at this. Again, this is one of the portrait versions that you could be creating. Again, it's a lovely album should you want to give it to somebody, with lots of space there for them to add their photos. And you could almost put like little notelets there that says add photograph here and things like that for anybody that's not familiar with this style of album. But what a beautiful way, and a gorgeous colour. I mean, it's taken the colour absolutely beautiful. Fabulous for stamping on as well, Dawn.
It is. I've had to use glycerin with the ink to get the blending on this.
Okay.
Because these are acid and lignin free.
Of course, yes.
It's not like our super smooth.
Yes.
So you do have to work with it slightly differently.
Okay.
But the photo mats in there, you know the watercolour card we've got, Hayley, in the A6?
Oh, what a brilliant idea.
They are the exact same photo size you're going to need to put in those pockets.
Perfect idea.
So they're brilliant as an addition.
What a brilliant idea.
And of course, on the watercolour card, you can add all your techniques.
You can, yes, definitely.
Yes.
It's a nice little way of documenting techniques that you've seen on the TV as well. So this particular one, this one is your medium size. Again, you've got your black, you've got your white cardstock, your true black, your true white in there. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got the instructions in there, portrait, landscape, you decide. But you're only paying $15.99. What a phenomenal price. 205-451 if you're wanting to get involved with this one. Now, of course, once you've learnt the basics of these, with obviously all the instructions that come with these, you'll want to create your own and perhaps adding the colour to those pages rather than just your black and white. Well, that's what you've got with this set. Now, I don't know if I've seen these before. So these are the true colours. And you were mentioning acid and lignin free because they've got that true element
colour,
to them.
Yes.
So,
but there's no skimping on quality, Hayley.
Okay.
They score beautifully. You don't get any cracking when you're scoring them. They're coloured right the way through. You sim with the faux leather technique. You can do different things with them.
Nice.
So all of a sudden it's opening up the possibilities, isn't it?
Beautiful. So there you go. I would suggest you add this in because this is perfect. You're wanting to mix up your white with your black. There's nothing stopping you doing that. So perhaps add these in alongside. $13.99, 50 sheets of those. A4 in size, and absolutely brilliant quality as well. Don't forget things like your happy hour. Don't forget, oh no, that's going into the prize draw. You can't buy that one. I'm putting that down again. I nearly tried to sell it to you. I've got to give you an update. What am I giving you an update on? The medium. That medium we just looked at, limited stock. My goodness. Wow, we are busy. Gosh, I didn't expect so many people to be viewing and watching us during this particular time. It's a Saturday afternoon. 205-451. Adding that one into your basket. Be quick. Be quick because you could potentially miss out on this one. Now on the website you'll find everything that we're talking about. So obviously you've got your medium, you've got your large, you've got your fabulous true colours that we were just looking at. You've got additional things like the happy hour do, additional adhesives that we've got, foam tape, photo glue, all those items that you need to create your memory albums and to create them for time. This is the thing, we're not just making them for the here and now, we're making them for future generations to thumb through and have a little look at, just as we are already with our ancestors' photos. So bear in mind, and it's a bit of a strange one to think about, but your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your future generations, people that haven't even been born yet are going to be looking at these albums. So that's the key thing with these. Now that medium one, just to let you know, technically sold out. So if you have wanted to go for that one for immediate dispatch, batch, then it's in your basket. You need to check your basket out. But as you may well have preempted, we have got some coming to you that are going to be, have we got some on extended delivery? We have. Just building it up, and then I was waiting for Kate to say, no, sorry, we haven't got them. So but we have, we're okay. So if you've already checked out your basket, then fabulous. They're on their way to you immediately. If you're not yet put it into your basket, then you are going to have a slight delay with this one, but it's not too long to wait at all, to be honest, and definitely worth the wait. You can start sorting out your photographs, I guess, with these before you even get your papers and your cardstock arrive. So 205451, same item number. It just means that you've got it now available with that slightly extended delivery. And it is all about getting your photos organised and getting ready, isn't it?
It is, but not just photos, Hayley. Think of all sorts. You know, like here, I've got postcards.
Oh, okay,
again,
right.
Sorting through the family, you know, bags, boxes of photos. Postcards.
What a fabulous idea.
These are great for the medium size. Okay, they fit on here beautifully. But with here, what I've done with this is where you'd normally put your photograph.
Yes.
But by just putting glue as an L, you can slide in.
Clever.
And I didn't want to stick these down because my dad's actually written these.
Wow.
And he's even put on the top, keep this card for me, please. So he sent this home to my nana and granddad and told them to keep it.
Oh, where had it been? Where's it
This
from?
was when he was doing national service. So this one was from Windermere.
Oh, lovely.
So, but you see, by popping it in there, I can still see the writing. It's still there. But Hayley, it's all preserved.
That's the beauty
perfectly.
of it.
You know, and another thing sorting out, this is where the little medium ones come into their own as well. You know, I know a lot of people like the large, but don't disregard the medium because you can use them for so many things.
Oh, look.
Now in here, I found all my mum's first birthday cards.
Oh, wow.
And of course, yes, again, I didn't want to stick them down because they're written on the back.
Birthday cards, yeah.
But they're just the right size for me to slot in there and pop in my mini album. But I do stick my photos down, Hayley. I do use the photo glue. And I just wanted to share it with people because some people think, oh, what is photo glue? Why is it so different? So I just wanted to share with you. So your photo glue, obviously, is exactly what you're going to need for particularly your old photos. But don't just think old photos. How about newspaper cuttings?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so this is my nana and granddad, and we're going back. I dread to think how old that newspaper cutting is.
So why were they in the paper? What happened?
It was their golden wedding.
Oh, adorable.
Okay, so this must be well over 40 years old, this paper cutting. But by me sticking it on here, I'm going to preserve it. So don't panic that I've stuck it on a scrap of paper because I will cut it round and put it in an album properly. But I just wanted to share with you. And
there's no wrinkling, because that's the thing. You worry because you've only got obviously one opportunity to stick these in place. You want to make sure it's the right opportunity.
No problem at all.
That's perfect, absolutely perfect.
But I had a little play.
Okay, right.
Because I thought, okay, I can do photos, I can do newspaper cuttings, what else can I do? I found a receipt, this is from 1961, and this is my dad picking up pictures from when he had, my dad used to do photo competitions, and this is one of the ticket receipts. But again, you can't see any warping, you can't see the glue through it. It's preserving that nicely.
And it's invoking a conversation about him as well, which I think is keeping those memories alive. Love it.
Mulberry paper.
Ooh.
I did try it on mulberry paper because there again, that's a hard one to stick down.
It's very tricky because you can see the glue through it usually.
But not, I don't think that's too bad at all.
That looks brilliant to me.
And I even went to vellum. Now vellum was a little bit trickier. Okay. But I think if I even tilt that, you can't really see where I put the photo glue. So if you're just very careful with it, that's vellum.
See, again, that's another one. If you put tape behind there, you see it.
Yep. So, but let me show you how this comes out, because sometimes photo glue can, it worries people because it is a lot runnier. Okay. So I've got myself a nice matten layer here, and I've got a picture here, and this is of my mum in her school uniform.
Oh, adorable.
So again, a very old photo. You can see how it's got wrinkled in the past. You know, it's going to get damaged. It's not got anything written on the back. Okay. So I don't mind sticking this one down. Now, I would always hold your photo glue upright because it's runnier. And I notice you're
storing it upright as
well.
Yeah.
Yes, I would store it upright in your craft bag. Okay. It's not one of these glues you need to store upside down. It is going to come out a lot runnier. Okay, so that's what I wanted to just share it with you. So, and it's also not like your 3D glue gel that you've got to screw it all to the end. Right. Okay, you haven't got to panic about that either. Okay, but it does come out a lot runnier. So that's why I just wanted to share with you. Okay. Oh, but can you see? Okay, right. It is a lot more liquid. Yes. Okay. And then you can just pop that on there. This will take a little bit of time to set. Okay, it's not like our EVA that sets quickly. Yeah. This will take a little bit of time to set. So do not panic with that either, because you're absolutely fine. But I now know that photo is going to be preserved in the correct way.
I'm just thinking of all those photos. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that will have the boxes that are in the loft, the shoe boxes, the storage boxes, plastic boxes with all those things in there. All these fabulous photos. And it's daft, really, because we're almost keeping them so precious because they are precious, but we're not doing anything with them, but we're not looking at them either. We're not treating them with the respect that they deserve. That's for certain if they're shoved away in the loft somewhere. So this is why you've got a bumper pack of your glue gel. So this is perfect for your photos. Your photos that are as recent can be, or those ancestor photos that you've got from many years ago. And this is the beauty of this. You've got plenty in there. £11.97. We've only just really paid attention to this during the show, and it's flying out. A quarter of the stock has gone. So for you to get your 3 100ml tubes, £11.97, 272177. I would suggest, if you can, go to a couple of sets of these, because if you're like me and you've got as many photos as I've got, once you get cracking with this, you will not want to stop. That is the thing. You'll want to add more and more photos, make more and more albums, and really have loads of fun and get talking about those photos. If the last kind of 18 months haven't taught us anything, I think the main thing is we've thought about our families, we've thought about people that have passed, sadly, we've thought about all those situations of the what ifs. Stop those what ifs, get those photos out, get those memory albums going, and let's talk about all those wonderful memories that we've got. Now, let me just mention the happy hour as well, because this is another one that you are loving. Now, this one is acid and lignin free watercolour cardstock. Obviously, watercolour cardstock, perfect when we're crafting, we love it. But it's not often we come across it where it's acid and lignin free. So that means that you could actually use these to pop in alongside your photographs if you're wanting to. But what a price, £9 saving on these, £10.99, but over 40% of the stock has gone. It's a little over 20 past the hour, so you don't have too long to take advantage of these. I know you're thinking to yourself, well, we do, we've got 40 minutes. You have, but we haven't got 40 minutes worth of stock, I don't think. So that's why I would get hold of yours while you've got the opportunity. 305695. We are so busy. I think so many people are resonating with everything that you're saying, Dawn, that's the thing.
Well, the thing is, even the photos you're taking now, the ones you're taking on your phones, the one you're taking on your camera, you put them on the computer, you put them up there in the cloud. You might get some developed and they come through the post and you got them in that wallet and you put the wallet in the drawer or you put it in the cupboard, or, you know, you don't do anything with it. The photos you're taking now are the photos that people will be looking at in years to come. Yes, yeah. So you should still be preserving those in the correct way as well. True, very true. Because they're going to be very important. And particularly if you've taken them on your digital devices, and you've got no backup of them, who's saying in 30 years' time that person's going to have the backup of that? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so at all. So yes, get them printed, get them out.
Information there as well. The amount of photographs we've got that have got, I don't know who they are. My mum, bless her, is nearly 91, so some of them she'll oh, that might be, I don't know, auntie whoever, or my cousin such and such. We don't know who these people are, but while you've got the opportunity, find out who those people are. Get their personalities, get little comments put in there, the occasion, where you were, the time, the date, just so as you can pass that on. And I think that's so important. Give those photos feelings.
That's it. And it's not just photos. Think of the children now. You know, as I said earlier on, I used to give my children a scrap of paper of the size I wanted to put in an album, because I'd always send albums to my mum all the time. I'd make a new album and send her send her an album, and I'd get the children to write something or draw a picture and send it to her. You're documenting their moment in time. You're documenting their age. So that is also a memory. So it doesn't have to always be a photograph. It could be a story. You know, another thing, you get together with older people in our families and there's those little stories you keep remembering. And my daughter said to me, she said, oh yeah, I remember that story. And I'm thinking, I should write that down. Because eventually it's going to get lost.
It is as well. And like you say, first, I remember when we were moving house, loads of things got damaged in the process. Things like first pictures at school. Often the kids are doing that, aren't they? And they'll come home with a piece of paper that will say, my first school photograph, picture that they've drawn. Document it like you say, one of these. Sorry, Dawn, keep butting in.
No, you're absolutely right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with the portrait album this time. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one, and I just want to show you how quick and easy it is to put together. So you've got all what you need in your kit, and you've got a few extra sheets as well, which is fantastic. So you've got your measurement sheet, your measurement chart. So you've got everything you need on here. So I've cut my covers already. Okay, and I've done my score lines. So I'm going to go in with my EVA, Hayley, to stick these together, because the EVA is also acid and lignin free.
Oh, right.
So this means good foundations. Everything's the same. So you're preserving it from the bottom right the way through.
See, I'd never even thought about the glue needing to be acid and lignin free as well,
So I'm just going to stick that onto there. And I'm going to go in, I know you keep hearing me say it, giving that a good burnish, okay, because we do need to burnish. So straight away, that's your cover. And that's as quick and easy as that is, okay. So good cardstock, Hayley, you see, it's perfect.
Makes a difference.
Now, for the large album, we're using 15 centimetres by 42 centimetre card, and in the medium album you're going to get 20 centimetre by 36.
Okay, but it's the same kind of instructions, just different measurements.
Different measurements, and the thing is, what you've got in these bundles you won't get from Pink Frog alone.
Oh, right.
Okay, because this is acid and lignin free.
Yes.
So these are nice, you know, Andy's put all this together for us, so it's all the same.
Yes.
So that's the important thing.
True.
So yes, you could add Super Smooth, but Super Smooth isn't acid or lignin free. So actually, you're not going to help your photographs or your archiving.
Yeah, that's true,
Okay, so that's the important thing just to put out there. So we're going to look at the spine now. Now, obviously, when we do the landscape, and you would have seen on the show this morning, and I will recap on that later if I can get that in. Time's racing away. But you're going to cut, when you do your landscape, you're going to actually use the size of your card. So we're using a card base to make our hinge, okay? But with the portrait, we need a larger hinge. So again, all my measurements are on here. So I'm going to do 20 centimetres to make nice large pages. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in with the same 3 measurements you will see come across all the albums. That's a 9 centimetre, 7 and 4 centimetre. Okay.
Just reading that, the layout that you've got, there's so much information on there, the pages, the hinge measurements, the cover, it's all there.
Yes, I've tried to think of everything.
Brilliant.
So, you know, it just makes it easy, and they should come with a health warning, really.
Because you just keep going with them.
Because they are very addictive, and I'm sure people that have had the 6-inch and the 8-inch in the past will agree. I get lots of messages from people saying they're so addictive, and yes, they are. And well, I'm not going to apologise, because it's great. They're quick and easy to make, and you're enjoying making them, but it's not taking the creativity away from yourselves.
This is it. And don't forget, as Dawn's mentioned there, we have got the square ones, 6 inches and 8 inches. They're on the website, so I would suggest you have a look at those. I'll show you them in a little while, but obviously we've seen how they come together first. But if you want to add those in, you can do.
Right, so I'm doing a stack the deck hinge system here. This is the start of it anyway. I think Laura Dennison first brought this out. So on the 2 smaller sizes, I'm just scoring 1.5 centimetre, sorry, in on both ends.
Lovely.
But this is my twist on it.
Okay.
So I do a counterlever spine. So on the large piece, you're going to now score at 2 centimetres in on each one. This counterlever means the book has a stronger spine for a start, but also that it can fold back.
Okay.
Like you've seen me fold it flat, and you've seen that for postage you can push it to one side, that sort of thing. Now for your portrait, you're going to need 9mm tape, not 12. You are going to need 9. And what we're doing is, because this is going to be slightly different, and what I want you to do is to get your tape, I'll put a strip across so you can see, okay, as close to that top edge as possible, not near the score line.
Okay.
Okay, and all will become clear. When you put your tape on, then just cut a mitre on each end. And you know what I'll be saying in your ear when you're doing this?
Burnish.
Burnish. By burnishing, it's pushing it into the fibres of the paper and makes it easier to come off. Okay, so you're going to do that on your small one and your medium one and burnish your score lines. But let me bring in one I've got prepared, because you don't want to see me sticking lots of tape on.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the bit that's going to be the counterlever. So because you can see it sort of bends back on itself.
Okay.
All right, but now we're going to stick these onto here. So you're just going to put glue down the middle piece. Okay.
Wonderful. Incidentally, at the bottom of the screen, we have got the details for your red liner tape. I've got it here as well, so I can show that to you. It's always good value for money, these bundles, because what you have got on here, you've got 30 metres on each one of these rolls. So when you're looking at the red area, you're probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, my red tape that I've got at home, there's not as much as that on there, possibly because you've only got 5 metres on there to start with. Well, with these, you've got 30 metres. So this one roll is the equivalent of 6 of those ones that you might already have at home. So you've got your 3mm, you've got your 6mm, you've got your 9mm that Dawn's working with at the moment, and then you have got your wider 12mm there as well. £13.99, absolutely phenomenal value for money. 120 metres for just £13.99, 825 and 810. Very quickly as well, can I just mention the happy hour as well, because we're kind of halfway through it, well, a little over halfway through the show. You've got half an hour for you to get hold of yours. She laughs. Half an hour to get hold of yours when I'm about to tell you that 70% of the stock has gone. So maybe you haven't got half an hour after all. Maybe you've got, well, as long as it takes for it to sell out, to be honest. So the details are on your screen there. £10.99. You're getting 200 of your 280 GSM cardstock, but only if you're quick. And don't forget, this is watercolour card, but it's also acid and lignin free. So it's safe for you to use in your albums with your photos as well. But you need to be quick with it. Sorry, Dawn,
No, you're fine. So you'll see how I've stuck the hinge on, and if you watch back, you can watch on catch up, can't you? The shows this morning.
Indeed, yeah.
I'll show you on there as well. So that is all basically the same with any of the albums. All right. So now I'm going to bring my cover in, and I'm going to put glue on one side. Okay. And then you're going to fold that back.
Okay.
And you're going to stick that in, but not on your score line.
Okay.
Just the other side of your score line, because if it's on your score line, your book's not going to fold.
That's a good point, because I wouldn't think of that. Yeah.
Okay. And then the same the other side. You'll see I sort of burnish that with my fingers. I'd probably give that a good burnish with my bone folder. Lovely. And you're going to do exactly the same on that one. Okay. And just burnish that down. You know, when you're making books like this, these are your foundations.
Yeah.
This is what's going to make it last. So there's your cover and your hinge already done. And at this point, I just want to pick up about your glue?
Yes, because
okay.
this is different glue to the previous one. This is the EVA glue.
This is the EVA. So let me just put it against something black just to show you. Now you can see that I've been using my glue.
Yeah.
And they've got fine nibs on them. Okay, so but can you see at the end of there, can you see that little bit of glue sticking out?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, this is why we always say glue school. And you'll see Claire and Hazel. Claire did a great show on this, and Hazel will tell you as well. Before you put your lid back on,
right,
just wipe it with your finger.
Oh, as simple as that.
As simple as that, and then put your lid on.
Now the lid has got that inbuilt pin with it.
It's got the inbuilt pin, but you know EVA glue will stick glass, it will stick metal, it will stick chipboard.
It will stick pins.
It will stick pins. So please just wipe the nibs of your bottles before you put the lid on.
Perfect,
okay, so that is absolutely
That's a good bit of advice.
Okay, so that is that.
Wonderful.
So the next thing we're going to look at is the pages.
Okay.
Very quick and simple. You're going to make 8, and all 8 are going to be identical. All right. So you're going to go centimetre side again. So with the large album, we're using the 15 by 42, and you're just going to score that at 6 and 26. I'm not going to score all of them because we've got lots more things to share. So.
And it's so easy. I'm following it here. I thought I'm not going to shout out just in case I haven't got the right dimensions. But it is here. Pages make 8 and always score at the measurement. And it tells you when you're looking at the landscape and the portrait, and it's got at the top of the column 15 by 42 that you're going to score at 6 centimetres and 26 centimetres.
And the thing is, Hayley, I would, as I've done with mine, laminate them, keep them.
Yeah.
You've always got them then. So I'm going to use some fine tape for this and not glue. So this is your pocket. Now, normally, if you're decorating with paper, I would decorate first.
Okay.
Okay. And the paper measurement for the inside of the pocket, which is there, I haven't put all the way down to the bottom because that's a waste of paper. So I've only put it to about there.
Oh, right, yes.
Okay, because
makes sense.
I'm a bit of a frugal crafter.
You're in good company because I'm in that club as well.
Yes. So pretend we've got our paper on here. Now, this is where your thinner tape, your either 3mm or your 6mm tape, you would use for the inside of your pocket. I wouldn't glue it because if the glue spreads, it means you're not going to get as big photo matting. And of course, we want to get as much in these as we physically can.
Yeah, good point.
So let me just find the end of my tape. There it is, just there. And then when I'm sticking my tape, I'm going to go right to the edge again.
Okay.
All right, and just snip that off. So that's going to create the pocket. Now, with the pockets, we've given you enough card to put one photo mat in.
Okay.
You know, if you wanted to go ahead and get the watercolour card, you could put extra in if you wished. If you didn't want to put photo mats in and you wanted to keep it for memorabilia, you can as well. That is absolutely fine. This is where your creativity will come into its own. You know, it can be anything you like. It can be anniversary, it can be Christmas, it can be a baby's first year, it could be... Oh, the skies are the limit, literally. The skies are the limit.
Well, this is it. And I must admit, recently we've invested in a motorhome, and I'm thinking about like a little kind of documenting of all the different trips that we're going to go on, called a Mavis. So it could be like Mavis's little book.
But it's not,
all those
things
just that.
You know all those booklets you pick up and leaflets?
Oh, yeah.
You know, my mum and dad, they had a caravan, and yes, Mum had this folder in the caravan where they used to go and visit regularly, all the leaflets and phone numbers and places they like to eat and things like that. You could keep that all documented and keep that in your caravan or your motorhome. Yes. Now putting the pages in on the portrait.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to start slightly different. So we're going to take off this top one. Oh, come off, come off. There we go. So we're not going right up to the edge like we did when we did the landscape this morning. You're going to try and get it on the tape, so you've got that gap.
Yeah. And
then you're just getting it central, there we go, and push down. Okay, and it's as easy as that. And then your next one, I'll just put the back on one just to share with you for anybody that missed this morning. And if you did miss this morning, please do watch on catch up.
Definitely. And don't you're ever so good at these. You're absolutely brilliant at these. So do you actually have videos that we can go to online as well? Because obviously when we've got catch up, we've only got 60 days worth of shows on there, unless people have recorded it at home, obviously. So can we find your social media? You've got YouTube, any of those things?
I've got YouTube, and what I do is I tend to do a step-by-step video, which I did with the first ones that we had.
Lovely.
And I share that over on the Pink Frog page. They've got their own Facebook page, Pink Frog Inspirations.
Brilliant.
So if you haven't joined that, where have you been? Please do join.
Involved.
We'd love to have you there. You get lots of inspiration from there. Okay, so it will be shared over on there as well, or you can find me at Dawn's Inspirations as well.
Lovely, thank you, Dawn.
So I've got my glue on. I've put just a couple of dots of glue on my red line tape. Some people are frightened of red line tape because once it's down, it's down.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Again, I've got my pocket at the bottom, but this time I'm going to hold my hand on here where the red line tape is, and I'm going to start lining it up on this side.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to line it up on there. Make sure I'm happy with how it's sitting. Just run your finger. And then when I'm happy with where it is, take my fingers away, and then you can
that is a really good
burnish
tip.
this down. Okay, and that's as easy as it is. And then if I bring in this one that's finished and just lay it out, you'll see what I mean by the hinges, because you might see the colour a little bit better. So that's your page, that's your score line, that's your page, and that's where your hinge is at the back. So you can see that gap, okay, and you're going to do that all the way along. So when your pages lay, they lay like a nice waterfall.
Beautiful, absolutely fabulous.
And that's the same with the medium as well as the large, Hayley.
I love it. There you go. It's just
Exactly
different.
the same.
And that's exactly what you'll find on here. You'll talk here. It'll tell you landscape, portrait, the size of the cardstock you're working with. So it really is beautifully laid out, and you just follow the column down, whether it's the cover you're making, whether it's the hinge you're making, whether it's those pages that Dawn's just shown us. All those measurements are there, and even how to do your mats and layers for your papers that are going to be included within there as well. I love it. And on the other side, you've got lots of inspiration and suggestions there on how to actually work with these and create them as you go as well. So making your cover, making your hinge, making your pages, and assembling your mini book as well. But don't forget social media, you'll have that support as well as watching this show back on Rewind for your next 60 days or so. What an amazing hour. Oh, I've got some news to share with you. What have I got to share with you? Oh, the happy hour, yes. Oh, lovely. The postcard. Oh, okay, right. Oh my goodness, approaching limited stock. Okay, now that's the good news. It's still available. Not so good news is if, and probably when, it goes, we can't get any more. So this is it. This is your last opportunity. This happy hour is only good for the next kind of 18 minutes or so. We don't have that long with regards to the show. Obviously, we finished 3 minutes earlier. It is now officially limited in stock. If you've not got it in your basket, why not? This is a bumper bundle. You're going to use it in so many different scenarios, not just with your photo albums, not with your archiving of your fabulous kind of memorabilia that you will have, but also your card making as well. Postcard size, absolutely perfect for you to work with, whether you're working with your stamps, whether you're doing your own little watercolour art, but you are getting 200 of these. If you're wanting to bulk up on them, by all means you can do. It's not limited to one per customer. If you want to take advantage of that deal, please do so. But if you are going to be treating yourself to it, please be aware that you have got less than a handful available with single figures with these. It is going to go, it's just a matter of time. So if you're wanting yours, if it's not in your basket, and you have to check your basket out, so often we'll see people that are like, right, pop it in the basket. Okay, it's there, it's mine. It's not yours. Now that's the situation we're in at the moment. It's technically sold out, which means that all of those stock allocations that we had are in people's baskets, which is brilliant because you've kind of reserved it, but you haven't bought it yet. And what that reservation means is after 10 minutes, it will give somebody else an opportunity to take advantage of it. So Do not give them the opportunity. This is a time to be a little bit selfish. Check your basket out and stop somebody else getting hold of them, because it's almost like when you see somebody who's picked up a bargain in the supermarket and they've taken the last one, and you kind of look in their trolley and you kind of think, oh, I so want to take it out of that trolley and take it for myself. But you don't, because it's not the right thing to do. But if it's a case of that they just kind of pick it and pop it back on the shelf, that's it, you're there, aren't you? You grab it off the shelf. You don't give them a second chance to take it back. And that's the situation that we're at with the moment. So if you do want to get hold of yours, make sure you're checking your basket out. That is the key thing with this one. We've had some fabulous things to share with you. Brand new things today, brand new items. And of course, we're talking about your large landscape albums. Just to let you know that 70% of that extended stock has gone. We sold out earlier on and brought it back on extended delivery. We're only talking about 4 days, so it's hardly worth mentioning really, but we have to. We need to let you know. So of course, when it's coming to you, you will already have had the opportunity maybe to start thinking about your colour schemes. Maybe you've already started getting all of that memorabilia organised, because you know you've now got the opportunity to do something with it and do something that's going to look so amazing when you do put it all together. So details on your screen. You're going to get your cardstock, you're going to get your instructions with these, and you're going to get a whole load of fun when you start creating with it. 215985. Now the medium has been a popular bundle as well. Again, this one did sell out, and again we have been able to bring it back to you again on those 4 days. But this opportunity is rapidly going as well. What was the update on that one? 40% again. Yeah, so there you go, $15.99. That is such an affordable opportunity for you to get involved with this. And something I should have asked as well, Dawn, with regards to these, with the sets that we're looking at, how many of these memory books can we make from these? Or does that just depend on what you're putting into them?
No, from each set, Hayley, you're going to make 4.
4?
4.
Oh my goodness.
Whether you choose to do 4 landscape,
okay,
or whether you choose to do 4 portrait, or whether you want to do 2 of each,
okay,
you're going to make 4 albums out of each bundle, and that goes for the 8-inch and also the 6-inch as well. There's enough cardstock in there, and a few sheets extra just in case.
I love that. My goodness, so that's £16. You're looking at 4 of these. Oh my goodness, you don't need to be a mathematician, do you? It gives you the opportunity to make those for just £4 each. You could not get a memory album out there for £4 that's going to look after your projects, look after your photos, look after your memorabilia. You need to be getting this in your basket. 205451. And I think as you're getting the enjoyment of making it as well, it's not just like you're sticking things in a pre-made book. You are creating that from that blank piece of cardstock to start with. Now, I promised you I'd tell you about those others that we've got, and these are your square. And you've got 2 different sizes with these ones. So you've got your 8-inch, which is your larger of the 2 sizes, and you've got your 6-inch as well. And these are brilliant. Again, phenomenal value for money. And again, you're going to get these with full instructions. Of course, the dimensions are different. So the score lines, the fold lines are going to be different with these. But again, you've got your true black, you've got your true white. And that word true means it's acid and lignin free. So you need to keep that in your mind, because not all cardstock will look after your photos and your memorabilia in the same way as this cardstock does. I like a square photo album, I must admit.
Yes, we bought these first in April.
Okay.
Okay, and they went really well, and they're still going well because people like them. And this is what I said, these need to come with a warning, because people have bought them, they've made the 4, and then they're reordering, because they are so quick and easy to make. They're a joy to make. You can gift them.
Yeah,
you know, as you're saying with the price, what a fantastic gift.
Yeah.
You're giving your time, that is the gift.
Definitely.
But what a fantastic gift to give anybody.
But you know what? I mean, we're talking about photos, we're talking about memorabilia as things that have happened in the past. But what about planning? What about if you've got a wedding coming up, or a special birthday, or a special holiday, and you're getting all of that information together? I mean, half of the fun is in the planning, isn't it, when you are looking forward to a project? So this is a perfect opportunity for you to have those little folders, as you can see there, just tipping that so you could see where it was, and it's tipped away. You're making those pockets, you're adding that interest. And then, of course, what you could do is add your photos in at a later stage if you wanting to. But again, it's all part of that story, all part of that journey towards the memories, and then at some point it will become memories that you're passing on to somebody else. Again, you've got your true black, you've got your true white, and again with this one, how many we're going to be able to make?
4.
Again?
Yes.
Wow.
4. But you know, they're a nice size for, like I've done the birthday cards.
Yes, yeah.
Those special birthday cards.
Good point.
Recipes, you know, I go around to friends for dinner, I say, oh, that was gorgeous, do send me the recipe, and I print it off on the computer and it's in the cupboard, and then I go to do it and I've lost it. So how about printing it off and popping it in your memory book, because I have put the card, the white card, through the top feeder of my printer, and it prints beautifully.
That is clever, yeah.
So there you go.
Don't ever ask that question if you come to my house for
oh,
dinner.
Right then.
It'd be a very embarrassing situation. I'd have to dig the box out of the bin to be able to tell you where I bought it from. So yeah, no recipes taking place there. Details on your screen. If you're wanting to get hold of your larger square albums, then there you go. You've got the details. Again, you're going to get your instructions that I've mentioned. Similar sort of idea where you've got this size. Obviously, you've got your 2 sizes because you've got your 8 and you've got your 6. With this particular one, you are investing in the cardstock that's 20 inches square, as you can see, or you've got your 15 inches if you are going for the 6, and we have got those which we'll share with you as well in a few moments. So that's going to come again laminated. You do not want to lose that, that's for certain, because you're going to be creating loads of these. Now the 6 inch, again, similar sort of idea, similar way that they come together, but on a smaller scale. So this might be that you're making a little project. Maybe you've gone to a wedding, and these things are all happening again. First anniversary is paper, isn't it? So you could be making a little album of photos taken from the day, or making it into a little guest book or something like that, because it's a manageable size, a beautiful size. And again, I've been to weddings before where they've kind of put like those instant cameras that you can take photos, and then all the photos go into an album. You could put one of these on each of the tables, couldn't you? And then
they could all write a message and put the messages in the pocket.
Photo booths as well. That's a big thing that's at weddings and parties, isn't it? So instant photos that you can take and actually put them straight into an album there and then. £18.59, a lovely size there, 6 by 6. And again, I think it's a really nice one for things like your recipes as well. 026 440 if you want. Now 7-day savers are something where you are going to be able to save money again, and very quickly these are going to go up in price tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and we have got a pink frog one. Now this one is your pearlised paper, which obviously if you're creating some an album and you're looking at photos, I'm guessing this wouldn't be something that you would involve within there, but of course for paper crafting, what a fabulous paper to take advantage of. The reason we're mentioning it is because it's going to go up in price tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, so half price deal with this one. You're saving £9.50 and you're looking at £9.99. A beautiful pearl finish with that one. 308568. If you want it 150 sheets, absolute bargain. So time-wise, we're going to head back over to our lovely Dawn, I think. Got about 5.5 minutes. We've been chatting and having so much fun. I am sorry.
That's okay. Let's have a look at the the landscape quickly.
Okay.
You know, the concept's more or less the same. It's just the hinge that differs slightly. So let's just go in. So you've seen how we make the covers. Okay, so I've got one here. I've got one in the large. Let me bring that into shot. So I've got one in the large and I've got one in the medium. Just so you can see the concept is identical. So this is just where the hinge differs. So I'm going to slide those up. So for the hinge again, you're always going to use your card blank for the hinge. Okay, it's always the same. So you're going to do your same 3 cuts. 9, 7 and 4. So you're always doing the same cuts. Never throw that piece away, because that could always be used as a spare photo mat or anything at all, you know, die cutting anything out. So you're always going to do the same. So that is going to be the size for your medium, and you would do absolutely identical with your large as well. Okay, but because we're short for time, let me show you the difference with putting these pages in. I'll share with you on the white, because that's probably easier to see. So you'll see that I've stuck this in my on back of my cover, so that's all stuck in there ready, and I've scored some pages. Now this is where this is going to differ. So you'd put your red line of tape there, but I'm going to move quickly on. So this time you're going to butt your landscape page right up to where it won't go anymore.
Okay.
Okay, you can hear that, can't you? Lay it down and just make sure you're happy with where it's sitting in your album. All right, take your red line of tape off and just fold it back. All right, and that's all you're going to do.
Okay.
And then your next one, you're going to take your red line off. Oh, in with my EVA. In fact, I'm going to go on, I normally go on here. So I'm going to go around the edge on here, not the other way. Okay, all the way around the edge. You've got more control with these fine nozzle bottles as well.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. We're going to bring those up at the bottom of the screen
again.
So this is the glue. So this is your large bottle of glue. Don't forget those additional little bottles that will allow you to decant it. Incidentally, with regards to the large books, these are on extended delivery, as we've mentioned, but they are now rapidly approaching limited stock. So yeah, do make sure you're getting hold of these. If you're watching on repeat, I hope we've got enough stock for you to place your order still. Yeah.
Right, again, what I'm going to do is, this is the red liner tape side, so I'm going to hold this. Your little pocket goes towards the centre, and then I always start by lining up this edge first. Make sure you're happy that it's all meeting top and bottom, and then just lay it down. Okay, and then when you're happy with where it is, obviously burnish, 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 and then you're going to continue with the rest of those.
Okay.
And I'm going to just grab one here in Blue Peter style, so you'll see how they all lay as your waterfall.
Fabulous.
Okay, so that's as easy as that is to do. But if you want to see this one step by step, I did this one on the first show at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock this morning.
10 o'clock this morning, so you can watch it back on there, but it's exactly the same with the medium again. So really quick to do. Oh,
you got a little friend there.
Stuck to me, stuck to me. So I hinge on the edge, or pocket on the edge, laying it in, you know, black, white, whatever you want to do. And the nice thing about this is, you know, you can mix and match. Yes. You know, this is the nice thing.
And that's the beauty, because you're going to be able to make 4 of these, 2 in your black, 2 in your white, and then you can decide. You don't have to decide at this stage whether you're wanting to go for portrait or landscape. You decide when you're making them up. But this one being your smaller one, this is the white version, as you can see. And I'm guessing if you want to, you can kind of mix up those pages as well if you wanted some black, some white. Yeah.
We're not taking away your creativity. This is where your creativity can come into its own, because as a crafter myself, this is what I want. I want to be able to be creative with something. I don't want it all done for me.
It's true, yeah.
And this is the nice thing about it. You're going to have the satisfaction by making these albums, and then you can use your own creativity. You can take inspiration as well. If, as I say, if you pop over to our Pink Frog Inspirations page, Facebook page, join the group there, because there's lots of inspiration over on there.
Now, I've just said we've got 20 seconds. I obviously wasn't paying attention. I do apologise. I was too busy watching what you were doing.
I'm too busy making albums.
Dawn, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Go back and watch 10 o'clock as well. We've had an amazing time here. Please make sure you're checking out those baskets. So I'll see you again.